believe that God has done so many things for me. He's continuously doing marvelous things in my life. On 22nd of April 2009, I was involved in an accident on the motorway because I was driving coming to Accra, and a man who was believed to be drunk decided to cross the road. So in our attempt to avoid hitting this man, the car assaulted. I was just in the car trying to get the car back on the road. My friend was just in the corner screaming. I could look at him from the corner of my eye, and it got to a point in time where I realized that our experience or anything doesn't count. It doesn't count. I was all waiting for the car to land, and eventually it landed. And a certain man came to me and asked if I was okay. I told him that I was very fine, and he said if that's the case that I should get down. I realized that I was stuck in the car. I couldn't move. My hands were stuck. I just couldn't move. So they decided to pull me out. And when they pulled me out, or they tried pulling me, I passed out. They took me to the...
I passed out means he fainted.
They took me to Tema General Hospital. Upon getting there, considering my situation, they realized that it was so serious, so I had to be referred to 37. Just within the time, there was another pregnant woman who had to be conveyed to Kolebu because she also had some complications. And when we entered into the ambulance, she was up, I was down. Looking at my situation, she started talking to me that it will be fine, because she realized that, and myself, I knew I was gone. I knew, because right at the hospital, just right behind me, was a man who also had blood oozing profusely from his nose. And the nurse was asking, is he dead? Is he dead? And at that time, I was so much in pain, I just didn't mind. But God being so good, He made provision for me. Just around that time, there was a wonderful lady, Mrs. Ohin, just by me. She held my hand and told me to hold on. She told me to hold on because I was just giving up, and told me to hold on. So I was moved to 37. Upon getting to 37, the doctors said I had paraplegia because I had an injury in my spine. And paraplegia means that from my waist down, it's dead. Is dead. So
a woo complete.
Yeah. So when you are when I'm standing like this, I feel like I'm hanging.
So you know what? I saw since because 15 waist cut down until
I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything from my waist down. So if
they cut you with a knife,
I don't hear. They pierce me with some pins. They will use some pins to pierce me. I don't hear anything. Initially, it was from my chest. Half of my chest was gone. There was no feeling at my chest. And then they realized that for my leg, it was just off. So they would hit me. They would have a hammer, a certain hammer they used in hitting my legs. And when they hit it, I don't have any feeling. I don't have any sensation. So I was stuck in bed, bedridden. I lie on my back for 8 hours. And for 4 hours, every 4 hours, I'm turned. And in the night, I lie on my back for 8 hours to the next morning. So I was trying to find out if even I could bounce back. So I asked one of the nurses that, looking at me, when does he think I will be able to come back? And he said the last thing that he saw was the person was able to finally recuperate from that sickness in 8 years. And that even they consider a miracle. Friends were coming to me, I took things much easier. At the hospital for 3 weeks, I had not gone to the loo. I've not visited the loo. Everything that I was eating was in my stomach because the nerves that were supposed to push it wasn't working. So the doctors said if that's the case, they would have to extract it. And that day, I told my aunties not to bring me food. This day I'll fast. And I believe that God will show Himself so strong. And God started the miracle that very day. So, as the case was, I had to be taken home. And that day, I heard them making arrangements for my wheelchair because there was no way I was going to get back home walking. So I had to. So I couldn't hold it. I just had to cry the whole day because I knew that I was coming home in a wheelchair. But God being so good, in September, after 1.5 years of being in the room, after 1.5 years of looking at the ceiling every time, after 1.5 years of almost giving up, God showed himself so strong. The Full Gospel organized, they were having their 25th anniversary and organized a program at Golden Tulip. And that day, Reverend was the one ministering. So he said, anybody here with any sickness? And I think he even did mention that somebody here with paralysis. And I took the step of faith. And I said, God, today I am not going home without you healing me. So when I go there, he told me that the Lord is giving me a testimony that I will share throughout the whole world. And as you can see in the picture, he told me to raise up my leg, and for the very first time, 1.5 years, I raised up my leg, and he told me to do it for the other one, told me to take a step, and I took a step. God showed himself so strong in me. So you can see me there, all the people there are so happy. You can see my hand is shaking. And that is what I want to tell my sister here, that the God has already begun doing something new in your life. When I started walking, look at my hands, I was shaking. But now I can jump, I can run, I can do everything.
Somebody give the Lord a shout. Oh, somebody come on. Come on, Jesus. Give the Lord a shout of praise.